up, YouTube? Topaz Yates back for another album review, and this one is that Fresh Montana Mac and Cheese 4. And you know what? My ultimate feel for this album came true on this dude. Pretty much that the Appetizer, which I felt was one of the best mixtapes to come out when it did come out, man, that would be so much better than the album. And that's exactly what happened here. And the reason being is because on the Appetizer, you got no features. It's just Fresh Montana sticking to his strengths, doing the best music that he wants to put out. And when Fresh Montana does that, he delivers a lot of quality music. But yet, when you look at this album, he's ultimately getting a whole bunch of promotion and stuff put into it. And that's what comes along with albums. And that's why mixtapes usually tend to be better than albums. I mean, look at all of these features that he got on there, from Miguel to Jeezy to Kodak Black, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Nas, Kanye. And you know, as you look at all of those individual features, you realize why they went out and got those for his album and such, man. Because they're all for a purpose. That's where the marketing comes into play. Like, you got Kodak Black. This is so Fresh Montana can get a foot in the game on the commercialized trap music. You got Miguel. That's so Fresh Montana can cross over. You got a couple of the biggest acts in the game right now in Drake and Kanye West, man. And that's ultimately why they are included on this, man. Because they want to take some of their fan base. And which is all plotted and manipulated. And I can't be mad at that, man. It's just it takes away from the music in this case. Really, my favorite songs off this would be the intro, that Ready song, man. Where that ultimately should have been the tone set for this entire project, because that was a phenomenal track, man. But sadly, that's not what we got. Like that Play Yourself, and even though it's saying that it's featuring DJ Khaled, is really not. Like, honestly, that might have just been more of a shout out, because what he's ultimately doing is taking his catchphrase and making a song out of it. So why not feature him on there, man? Show him some love. I really like that Brick Squad and that outro. That's two tracks mashed together and everything, man, where he ultimately took a song that he did with Chinks, where he probably held on to that, man, and told him not to put it on the album. I need to hold on to this one, which he probably got a stash, in which he got a bunch of Chink songs that nobody else is going to touch but him. I mean, the strength of those four songs, man, it definitely overrides the weakness of songs like, say, I'm Heated, where he's ultimately doing like some 80s hip-hop type style, which it does not work at all for Fresh Montana, dude. Overall, I would say that this album is enjoyable in moments, man. I give it a 7 out of 10. Only worth those individual purchases for only those 5 songs, man. It's kind of messed up how this got leaked out onto the open market, man, because it really came out because of Target, because they actually put it out there for sale and they didn't get the notice that they were supposed to delay it for some days. And that is somewhat of a key thing you need to know, man. Like, those people tend to be the ones who be bootlegging your stuff as well, man. Like, as soon as they get them packages in, they be having it like weeks to months ahead of time, and all it takes is one to get it out there on the internet, dude. That's how a lot of stuff get leaked, but yet they try to blame the producers and all of that stuff too. It's definitely worth a peep out, man. But this concludes today's review, and now we're going to jump into a brief instrumental from underground producer before we jump into the news and then jump into an article from downloadpads.com. Did you guys see that Cash Money just got hit with a $3.3 million lawsuit that they got to pay and such, man? Because they didn't try to give out any royalties to this 80s rock band that's out there in Europe and everything, dude. But yet, eventually, they were going to hear these records that they sampled this stuff, and now they got their money. But anyway, on to today's article from downloadpads.com. And today's article is about how one person can make a difference, because too often, underground rappers and everybody just starting out, man, you have a lot of high hopes of, you know, succeeding in the game, man. But when you realize how much work it is, you kind of lose track that you can make a difference. See, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, and when I was living there, man, ultimately hip-hop wasn't a big thing. Like, mainly people focused on sports and everything, Steelers and all of that, dude. But yet, things can change when that one person happens to get on. And we seen that with Wiz Khalifa, even though it didn't change a lot of things in Pittsburgh, man, especially the types of music that people making, because Pittsburgh still ultimately branches off of whoever's the biggest acts and stuff out there right now. But ultimately, Wiz Khalifa gave a lot of hope to the individuals that are here, man, and helping them push harder, just the fact that he did it. I mean, you definitely need the right pieces to the puzzle in order for it to happen, but yet everybody holds that potential to make it happen, you feel me? In which that's some important stuff that you always have to remember. Never give up hope, because you can do it. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there And you can go to downloadpads.com, that's down there, to read today's article.